So I turboed a car in my driveway for basically $400. Just spent 2 hours in traffic on 495 to drive to Stafford, Virginia. Found a Rev 9 turbo kit complete for a D series for pretty cheap. So sat in traffic, stop and go, slammed on my brakes, slammed on my gas. Pretty miserable, but going a different way home, and I'm on a pretty scenic, curvy road that's actually making the whole thing worthwhile. So show you a little bit of this. The Del Slow is on the side driveway, so that can only mean one thing. It's time for the next upgrade, modification, whatever. Facebook Marketplace scored a Rev 9 turbo kit, complete with everything. Guy initially was asking $700 or best offer. He's about 2 hours away in Stafford, Virginia. Said if I came the day I messaged him that he'd give it to me for $350. I gave him $360. Looks like it's $1,100 on Rev 9's website, so I'd say that's a deal. I did have to order a couple extra things. I don't want to do any welding because I want this to be as simple as possible, so I ordered a compression 10AN bung for the oil pan. I didn't see the connection for the oil sensor and the oil feed line, which goes above the oil filter, so I ordered that. So I'll keep a running tally of what I've spent, and yeah, I'm gonna do some pre-assembly with some stuff here just to make sure I know where everything goes and it makes sense in my head, and then we're gonna start popping stuff off the Del Sol and see what happens. So what y'all doing? Y'all gonna help? You gonna help? All right, forgot to film. So these 4 bolts, put the turbo on, ended up loosening these and these to clock the turbo. That's the oil feed line, and I know that because it doesn't fit on the drain side. That fits there. That's the oil feed line. Clock the turbo down. All you do is loosen this side, loosen that side, everything spins. Oil drains on the bottom. Yeah, would be funny if that's not the top, but I'm almost positive it is. Let's triple check. Yep, 4 bolts go to the top, so that'll work. keep adding stuff. And then see if it fits on the well. I'm gonna end up jacking this up. I'm gonna put the front on stands there so it's elevated. That way I can get to the exhaust on the bottom. I don't know how I'm doing the exhaust yet, so next I'll be taking all the headers and the intake off. All right, it's loosely fitted on. Sprayed my headers. Got those three where it's the 4 and the 2. Got that off because that whole exhaust is one piece. So I got to get under there, take the hangers off, take that whole thing out as one piece. This is loosely fitted. I'm going to tighten these up a little bit so it's not wobbly. Yeah. So it fits. I'm gonna have to move my horns a little bit, obviously, and that's totally okay. I don't want them to catch on fire or anything. They're probably too close to the turbo anyway. So, and then bumper off, intercooler mounted, and go from there. But looks pretty cool so far. I've never done a turbo. Never had a turbo car. My Prelude's getting close. I should have that back soon. Hopefully in a couple weeks from X Performance. I think it made 311 or 411 on the dyno, and then we ran out of manifold, so he's got to build a custom tubular manifold, and I think it'll end up in the 6s, so that's going to be absolutely stupid. So I'm going to hook up the oil line just so nothing gets into any open spaces. And I can't say enough for the Koken tools. This is one of their extensions. It's their little short Allen set. This is their longest 1/4-inch drive ratchet. I like using this because it'll give me enough torque if I really need it, but it tends to not let me over tighten small things and strip things or break things. So all right, that's on. The drain line's not on the bottom. I don't know when I'm going to do that. That would have been nice to install before it was in, but I'm going to mount the wastegate, I think, just so that's not an open hole. So let me go look at that. All right, that's mounted. None of the vacuum line pieces are in. I probably should have done that first, but yeah, I don't know what to do next, but let's keep going. These bolts are too long for the downpipe. See what else I got. Does that look right? I don't fucking know. It's fun though. So this is our stopping point for today, tonight. I gotta go make dinner. I think this is right. I don't really know. I don't know. We hit up some buddies. See if I'm on the right track. Intercooler. Not tomorrow, I got my daughter, but day after that maybe. A little bit of work in the dark. Got a new Milwaukee light that actually works great. Yeah, so there's holes here and here in the bumper that line up perfect, so I'm going to use those, add some thick fender washers, maybe some rubber isolators. This little U goes there, goes around pretty well. Once it goes around, comes up there vertically. Once it comes up vertically, it will hit this one, which goes into the throttle body. Blow off valve goes here. Yeah, and then this little down pipe comes from the turbo, but I'm gonna have to shorten the crap out of it. I'm gonna have to shorten it a bunch and then use that piece there to connect to this side, and that will be all of the throttle. So I got the little nipples put on the wastegate. Got 2 closed off. Had to watch a couple YouTube videos to figure out what's what. Oil line is loosely connected. Yeah, so I think we're cooking. I have to connect this to the nipple on the turbo. That is just an outlet that breathes into the air, according to the YouTube video I watched. The wastegate vacuum line will go to the nipple back here. Yeah. Right? I don't know. I should be in bed, but I'm not, because this is on my mind. So, total side note, this Milwaukee light, little M12 light, is excellent. It magnetic on the back. This pivots in every fucking direction known to man, including backwards. There's a hook on the bottom if you want to hang it. You can also put a pack out thing on it. Not that I do pack outs, but it is pack out compatible. But I really like it for working at night. I want to start working at night more since it's warming up. But highly recommended as a shop light. So we now have too many Milwaukee tools, but the drill, the 3/8, the die grinder, the Ryobi, not the Ryobi, the Dremel has made a lot of jobs way easier for me. So yeah, hopefully we can get working on this again later in the week. Still a bunch of tools out, bunch of parts. Still gotta connect the downpipe. I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as exhaust there, but we shall see. We shall see. Like I said, still got a couple parts on order. Some drain line fitting parts before I do all the AN lines for the oil drain. The drain clamping plug itself for the oil pan gasket. This is a big project for me. I'm nervous, scared, not really worried about blowing it up. If I blow it up, you know, it's a D16. I can learn how to rebuild it, I guess. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's fun. It's budget friendly. It's super cheap. So far I'm only in $400 for the full turbo kit. That's including what I paid the dude on Facebook and the couple parts that I had to order on Amazon. So I will give an exact tally as we get further in. But yeah, let's keep it going. Stay positive. Stay motivated. Night. Bright, early, cold. Trying to do a little bit of work before I go to work. Took off the muffler. Trying to get the exhaust disconnected from those hangers there. And then probably slide it all the way forward. So let's see what I can do. All right, that's out. That's a pain in the butt. Pretty sure that was the heaviest piece ever. Flattened in a couple spots. Booger welds, but it worked. It was loud, but now it's out. I don't like how low the intercooler sat, mounting it to the bottom. So I do wish I could order a crash bar with mounts, but this will do. I'm gonna cut out the bottom, cut across the top, leaving the little bit of that curve for structure purposes, and then mount it straight to the top. So that should move it up a good 3, almost 4 inches. And I'll flip that upside down so that the inlets are lower. So it should work out great. All right, doing some more work. I got some new pieces. Oil pan gasket. Instead of welding the oil pan drain, I got this from Evil Energy. 10 AN fitting, drill a hole, washer on each side, crush it together. I think it was 14 bucks on Amazon. No welding required. Cut out the bumper crash bar to fit the intercooler. I'm about to test fit the bumper. It's been in an accident before. This is all bent. I ended up breaking. You can see this piece is bent in. I ended up breaking the welded nut on the back of this one. Had to throw a random nut on there to get it tight. So I'm just gonna see if the bumper goes back on nicely, or if I'm gonna have to cut a bunch of that out. So we'll see. Just held it up there. So far I'm gonna have to trim this. I'm gonna start there, see what happens after that. Gotta get a marker, 'cause this is going to be a lot. Got dark on me. Gotta stop Rip from being dumb and eating burnt plastic. But it's clipped back in. It's not bolted in. But I had to do a lot of clearance in to and don't look at that overcut. Don't worry about that. It's a camera, dummy. Still gotta clean this up, trim it, make it nice. I'm still gonna have to cut out here in a circle for the intercooler piping on both sides, which is fine, but I had to cut all this grill piece out to make this not hit here. I might end up, once I'm done, maybe making a bracket that goes across to kind of protect that a little bit. Put a piece of mesh up there or something, who knows. Yeah, so I had to cut out a lot more than I planned, all of this, but screw it, it's done. It's coming together. I didn't think I'd have it done in a day or anything. The worst part, the messy part, the oil pan part's coming up. That's the part I've been putting off anyway. Yeah. I think she looks badass. I think a top mount would be cooler. I could always switch, but I'm gonna try to run this kit as it is and not spend any more money. I think that's the goal, that's the plan. So we're gonna stick to that. If I add money to it later, that'll be a separate project. So we're gonna see if we can turbo this Del Sol for under 400 bucks, under 500 maybe total. I think it's a complete budget, and it probably won't run very well or really do all that much. Maybe 3-4 pounds of boost, but I'm stoked. I'm excited. You know, a year ago, 2 years ago, I never would have imagined doing this at all on my own, let alone in my side driveway. So we're tackling. All right, back on it, another day. It's not bolted in, but it's sitting where it's supposed to, ish. Obviously that till that's bolted up, but I fit one of The slip-ons there, I'm going to use that to mark my cutout there. I'm going to do the same thing over there. And I'm going to have to notch this out here to make room for the pipe that curls in that way. So sorry. Those, hell yeah. Right, that's good. Let's see how this goes back up. Right, that's getting there. That's gonna be interesting. It'll make a hole there. So, see if I can make it. We're still recording. Wow, long ass video. Didn't mean to record that long, but it worked. A little off. That's life. I'm gonna see how this one's looking. So I got this side test fitted up. I don't like where that's pointing. I'm gonna move that up, but for right now, I have it connected and marked pretty high. Measure 17 times, cut once. I'm gonna cut up more, but I don't want to cut too much because I only have so much of this. So I'm gonna cut it there and then see where we're at. And I'm gonna get safety glasses because I don't want to go fucking blind. Well, I do not like that blade for that, so that sucks. All right, cut it down even shorter. I think it's gonna work perfect. That's connected. That's connected, that's straight. I reclocked that a little bit. I have to tighten those back up. That's on, connected here. That's on, connected there. Still gotta mount the blow-off valve. That's on. So that's all run. Yeah, I dig that. I have a cheap Amazon bead roller coming tomorrow, so I can re-roll that one bead so it clamps on nice and tight. I'm gonna run it as is for now, but I don't like where this dumps, so I'm either gonna buy a couple like a kit. What I really want to buy is a V-band flange for here, put a 2-bolt to a V-band, buy this in a V-band pipe, and then point it straight down there instead of in front of the turbo. But like I said, I'm trying to keep this budget as possible. So any of that cool stuff or modified stuff I'm gonna do down the road. They're not perfect, but they work. I'm gonna have to make some sort of net mesh protector for that, I guess, but I don't think it looks terrible. Just ain't new. I don't know if I feel like draining the oil and getting under this fucking car tonight, but that's literally the last difficult dirty step. So yeah, we'll see. Let's clean up a little bit. You gonna help, dogs? You gonna help, Rippo? All right, calling it quits for the night. It's getting dark. The blow-off valve is hooked up. I don't like how that doesn't seal, really, so we'll deal with that problem if it's a problem. Ran this line, according to YouTube and my buddy Danny, to the fuel pressure. I teed it there. That way I can just zip tie it to the crossbar and keep it off everything and out of the way. This is all piped in. They're not clamped together yet. I'm gonna do that now. That's all cut. I relocated my horn that was right there over in between the two radiators. Combined an air hose that's over here. Put some wire loom on it to protect it from rubbing and heat potentially. Still have to run that line. And then the dirty part, the oil feed line. I got an Amazon special, I think it's a Rev 9 product. It's like 12 or 15 bucks. So you take out your fuel pressure sensor, screw this in, the fuel pressure sensor screws back in there, and then you tee in your fuel oil line. So I just fucking changed the oil in this thing. I got to get a clean pan so I can reuse the oil. I'm not it's good oil, I don't want to reuse it. So this will go into the back of the engine block, put the oil pressure sensor back in there, and then yeah. So that'll go like that. So it looks like I'll be attaching this first, disconnecting it from there, and then tightening this last since this spins freely. But yeah, oil pan, drill that hole, put that connection on, make my 10 AN line, which is only going to be that much hose. I won't have an exhaust hooked up yet, but I think we'll be good. No tune, no injectors. We're gonna run it as is and see what the fuck happens. So super stoked, super excited. This weekend for sure. Carlisle spring swap Friday. I'm gonna try to do a video up there. Me and the lady are going to that. Really looking forward to that. Being outside, walking, looking at old junk. But I am stoked that I was able to do this so far. Who knows if it's gonna work? Who knows if it's gonna blow the motor up? Who gives a fuck? Let's figure it out and learn it together. Yeah, almost done. Almost done. Blessings and peace be upon this motor. Got a cheap bead roller from Amazon. It's 35 bucks. Fixed this piece. So now the clamp has something to grab onto when I clamp them in. We are now going to drain the new oil that I just put in. Take the oil pan off. Yay. I did manage to get most of that oil out without spilling it, which is awesome. The rest will come out when I get the oil pan out. What did I do with the lid? So that wasn't as bad as I thought. Yeah, cap this off so I don't fucking kick it over, or my dogs don't kick it over. I'm gonna get, so I can put that back in, get my large drain pan for the oil filter and such. Throw that under there. Need a 10 mil to get the oil pan off.
Me too.
So it's always the part of the jobs that you don't think are going to be hard. You know, bunch of 10mm bolts. Why would those be hard to take off? But one that was holding on this guard that I can't get to the other ones unless I get this off, decided to spin on the 3/8 nut. So it took me forever to get in the right place, and now it's stuck in here. So it just took me a while, but now I can get to the last couple. You can see it's already starting to come off. I marked with my finger where I'm going to try to drill the hole. So let me get these last couple off. No. Oh, are you not going to come out because of the exhaust? Oh, wow. Wow. There you go. Another idea. Stupid. I got to take the fucking exhaust off. What a pain in the dick. Should have known better, I guess. Oh, well. Let me get that off. Oh, that's gross. That's going to be nasty to take off. But let's worry about that after we drill a hole. My best guess, right here. Let's see. Oh, next one. Next step, and we're good. Oh yeah, perfect. Doesn't hit any of that. All right, let's clean this motherfucker up. Fuck this. God. Never again. All right, cleaned it out. Sprayed it out just to get all the metal out. Now I'm gonna put this in. It's got 2 washers. I'm assuming you don't need tape since it's got the washers. Don't know for sure, but pretty tight. I don't know why that would leak. So yeah, I'm going with that. I am filthy. There's oil everywhere. I made a fucking mess. But to my surprise, everything is back on. Oil pan's on, gasket's on, all the brackets are back on, the flywheel thing's back on. Most importantly, my drain line's in, or a drain line plug. So next thing, I'm gonna build the drain line. There's still no oil in it, so I gotta tighten everything up. Shit, I didn't do the oil filter part. Let me do that. Alright, oil pan's all in. I'm calling it quits. I finally got the oil pressure sensor out, which is just fucking impossible to get to. And of course I don't have a 24 millimeter deep socket. This is the adapter I bought. This end is supposed to thread into the car. It does not match the thread pitch on oil pressure sensor, which means I can't thread that into the back because it's a different size, and that it fits there, but that's where the oil feed line has to go. So I got to order another one of these, the right size, which, whatever. You know, it's the weird parts of the job. Like I said, 2 of the 10 millimeter oil pan gasket bolts stripped and got all fucked up, and that made taking the oil pan off way longer and harder than it should have been. You know, so I'm going to clean up, rest up tonight. We have the Carlisle swap tomorrow, so I'm going to be walking fucking 4 million miles tomorrow. So I want to get cleaned up. I'm filthy, laying in oil and shit, and go from there. So still making progress, still not mad. You know, it's still better than a lot of other things I could be doing. So fuck it. What y'all doing? Whoa, 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 whoa. One of the things I decided to take off or change was this torque mount here. You can see how big and kind of bulky it is and how close it gets to this stuff. So the replacement is from 1320 Performance, just thin plate. Not thin plate, thick plate, but way thinner than that. So 2 17 millimeter bolts here come loose. So 2 17s on this side, and then a 19 in the torque mount. So get these off, get this switched out. So as you can see, I'll definitely be at least replacing this one. I don't know if I'm going to put the torque mount back on that side, but I'll definitely be replacing this side. That's terrible. That ain't stopping anything. All new hardware, comes from 1320. Bolt that back up, and then when I get a new torque mount, just take out those 2 bolts, swap that out. All bolted back up, way thinner. So wasn't really interfering with the any of the stuff, but now I feel better. It's out of the way and it looks cleaner, looks better. So all right, now I'm going to start bolting up all the intercooler stuff with the clamps. Those 2 are tight, those 2 are tight, these 2 are tight. Got this one. I gotta get the smaller ones. I need 1 3 of the smaller ones that are in here. One. These came with the kit. I don't know why you get so many, but you can always save them, I guess. All right, let's get these in. This one will go here, go under there, and then the J pipe that I cut will fit in, rightly so. No, too much. Did the math wrong. In. All that's hooked up. I am waiting for a new adapter for the oil line. That should be it. So we're so close. Forgot to film, got excited. Made the 10 AN line, and like I said, that's the drain. The pinch one's there, no welding. The bottom one's there, so I just got to attach these two. Too long, damn it. All right, I had to shorten it. Took me a couple tries to get that tight. She's on there now, so let's get this mounted up. I don't know if you can see that or not. On. I think that's gonna hold. I hope that holds. I don't think that's like a pressurized line. It's just a drain line. So cross our fingers, hope for the best. Still waiting on fucking Amazon for that tea. Then I can wrap this up. And this feels really good on my neck. Fuck. As I complained about it, he pulled up. So, gotta find the old pieces. This is why you don't keep a messy workspace. Where the fuck is that sensor? Did I leave it out in the car? Let's see if I left it on the car, which would have been stupid, but not beyond my realm of stupidity. That's a new oil filter. That's the oil line. Oil line fits. That's good. Alright, let me find the sensor. Fuck. Alright, found the sensor. Sensor fits into the back, which means this will fit into the engine block. I'm gonna thread in the oil feed line first, because once I start... No, wait. No, I'm gonna thread this into the car first. Thread this into the car first, then do the feed line, because it can't spin with it on the thing. So it is threaded on. I can't reach much. Is it recording?
Yes.
All right, this is an absolute two-person maybe even a three-person.
How?
I don't know.
What would the third person do? Moral support?
Just thought that would be fun to say.
Shut up.
God damn it. fucking. Hey, let's fucking make the hinge so fucking soft that you can't even fucking get the goddamn thing on the flared nut. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. Alright, I'm gonna call that good. Maybe. Let's do one more. Let's fucking over tighten and break it. Alright, I like that. Where is my pressure sensor? Alright, pressure sensor. Going back into the back. I need is you can stop recording.
Okay.
Can you grab me? Distributor's disconnected. It should not fire. She's gonna check the oil. It is not in gear. Ready? I'm gonna go get the jump box.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Coming out?
Yep. Got it?
Yeah. Distributor plug back in, jump box back on. Hold on to your nuts. Move the funnel, please.
What?
I'll just move the funnel. I don't want it to fall. Check engine lights on. That's the big one.
What means?
Any of it.
Okay.
Does that mean we're fine? Does that mean everything works? Do you know? Turbo spun. No clue if it's making boost. No boost gauge. Nothing was leaking so far.
I mean,
yeah, everything's dry underneath. I assume we're getting oil to the turbo. Yeah. Fuck. Do I take it for a ride?
It's funny how hot that got in 30 seconds.
What do you think, Nick? I don't give a fuck about turbos.
Just start there. Okay.
Yeah, it's about half.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually really good. Just do it again after she was born.
Yeah, grab that under when you're.
We'll do some.
Where did I put?
I don't know. Oh, it's right there. It's on top of the headlight.
Alright, it's back out. Cross your fucking fingers. It's dragging. Sauce is dragging.
Why are you making that?
The exhaust is dragging, which sucks. But it worked.
Your flex pipe is done.
Oh wow. Thought this was higher than it was. That's all fucked up now, so I'm just gonna cut it right here, run a straight pipe for a minute. Would be just as loud as coming out of the hood, I guess. That's gonna be loud, but fun for now. It's cut off. So, I turboed a car in my driveway for basically $400. I paid $350 for the kit. I'll show you the message. Ordered a $15 tee. Oil pan gasket, I got a 2-pack, so I paid $10 for a Felpro oil pan gasket. And what else did I order? What else did I order? Oh, the clamp. The clamp oil feed line for the oil pan, which was $14. So $400. And we're turboed. Just took it for a rip around the neighborhood. About 4,500 RPMs. You can hear it, you can feel it. Not insane, but way funny. You can hear the turbo making noise and doing all the funny shit. And I'm in a neighborhood, so I didn't want to go too crazy. So before I finish this video, I will have a full rip on the highway. It's gonna be fucking loud because I took off. The pipe is as short as it can get. So yeah, she's ratty, she's crappy, she rattles, she makes a lot of noise, but fuck, that was fun. If I can do it, anybody can fucking do it. Research, watch YouTube videos, watch all these other guys that are doing way better shit than me, and make it happen. So have a good one, play with your Hondas. Yeah, let's see what this is on the interstate. We're gonna do one highway rip against the suggestion of my tuner. I'm sure it's running lean. But I can't help it, so we're gonna do it. I don't know if you can hear the turbo whining with as short as the exhaust is, but I can hear it. That's all I want to do. Ah, that's awesome. All right, I don't want to hurt it. I'm going to park it. Carlos, she's coming down to you for some checks and balances so she doesn't implode.